welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Mandala Crochet Blanket. Today we are working on part 2 for this blanket. You can find the video for part 1 and the written pattern link for part 1 linked below, and then I also have the written pattern for part 2 linked below as well. So here we have what we did last week for part 1. We did go ahead and cut our yarn and pulled it through. We're going to be rejoining in a new space for this. What we're going to be doing this week is we're going to be changing the shape of our square so that we're actually going to be working this way. So this will turn into a diamond and our square will be going the opposite direction. So we're going to be adding some triangle type spaces here and here to create a new square shape. And I did color control for this section of the blanket. When I did all 4 of these sides, I did make sure that they all were the same color. You can do it however you like. This is just how I prefer. So you may have to pull color from another skein or something if you want to make sure that they all match, because if you're using a Caron cake, I'm not sure that one single color from one skein is enough to do all 4 sections. You may have to cut from another skein, which is fine because then we can use the rest of the yarn later when the color controlling doesn't really matter, and you can just let the yarn flow and let the colors go as they may. So let's go ahead and get started by joining. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go to one of these sides where we have our single crochets. So we have our shells here on the sides, and we're going to join to the rightmost single crochet on one of our sides. Any side, it doesn't matter which one, because we're going to do the same thing on all of them. So you're going to join your yarn to the rightmost single crochet on one of your sides. So here I have joined my yarn to the rightmost single crochet on one of my sides. I'm going to start with a chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet in that same stitch. And then I'm going to pull my tail a little bit tight so it doesn't get loose. There we go. And I'm going to work a row of shell stitches. So I'm going to skip 1 single crochet and shell in the next. So that's 5 double crochet in the same space. And then I'm going to skip 1 and shell in, skip 1 single crochet in the next. Skip 1, shell in the next. There's 5 double crochet. Skip 1, single crochet in the next. Skip 1 and then shell in the next. Skip 1, single crochet in the next. Skip 1, shell in the next. And then I'm going to skip 1 and single crochet in the last single crochet on this side before this other shell stitch. So you should have 4 shell stitches here for the beginning of part 2. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to reduce the amount of shells in each row so that it creates that triangle kind of shape. So for the next row, I'm going to chain 2. And now I'm going to be turning my work. We are going to be working in rows for these sections. So I'm going to turn my work. And now I'm working on the back of my work here, and I'm going to single crochet to the 3rd double crochet of the first shell. So this middle one. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to single crochet there. So these chain 2 just kind of lay across the side of the shell, so it's going to create that decrease, so that each row will decrease the number of shells that we do. Now I'm going to shell in this single crochet here. So I'm going to work my 5 double crochet in this single crochet. And then again, I'm going to single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of the next shell, so the one right in the middle. 1, 2, 3 right here. I'm going to work a single crochet. And then here's my next single crochet where I'm going to work my next shell. Single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of the next shell, and shell in the next single crochet. And then single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of the next shell. So here you have 3 shells, 1, 2, 3 shells for this next row. So I'm going to kind of repeat the row we just did again, where I'm going to chain 2, and then we're going to turn our work. And I'm going to single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of this first shell. And then again, we will work a shell in the next single crochet. And then single crochet in that 3rd double crochet of the next shell. Shell stitch in the next single crochet. So you can see that here on top of our other shell. We're working another shell here. And then single crochet to the 3rd double crochet of the next shell. So here we have 2 shells for this row. So for the last row of this section, I'm going to chain 2. You're going to turn the work, and we will single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of that first shell. And then we will shell in this single crochet right here. And then single crochet to the 3rd double crochet of the next shell. And that is actually it for this one side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut my yarn. I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to turn my work over to the right side. So this is what one side is going to look like. So now what we will do is we will turn our work, and we will repeat that exact same pattern on all 4 sides. So here we will join to the rightmost single crochet and repeat the pattern, and then turn, join our work to this rightmost single crochet and repeat the pattern, and again join our work to the rightmost single crochet and repeat the pattern. And again, I will make sure that all 4 of these little sections are this color, and even if I have to pull from another skein or whatnot, I will, and then whatever's left from that skein I will definitely use later on in my blanket. So go ahead and repeat this pattern on all 4 sides of our square. Here I have repeated this shell section for all 4 sides of my square, and you can see that our square has now turned from this direction to this direction. I did fasten off each of them. Haven't woven any ends yet, but I did fasten off and pull through on the last section because I'm going to be rejoining in a top corner space. We're going to join now to the corner of one of our shell stitches. So here I have one of the shell sections I just made, and here is the last row where it has just a single shell. I'm going to join to the middle double crochet of this single shell. So right here I have 1, 2, 3, the 3rd double crochet in this corner shell here is where I'm going to join my yarn. I'm going to pull in my new yarn and join. And then now we're going to be working across this whole side, and we're going to straighten it out a bit. So we're going to work a combination of different stitches so that this comes out a little bit straighter as we continue on in this square. I'm going to start in this corner. I'm going to chain 2. Oops, wrong one. There we go. I have a chain 2, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochet in this same stitch. And now I'm going to continue working across this side. So I have these 2 double crochets next. I'm going to do a half double crochet in each of those. And here is a single crochet. I'm going to work a half double crochet there. And here's one of my chain 2 spaces for my turning chain when I was doing these shell sections. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in this chain 2 space. And then I'm to another single crochet right here, and I'm going to work a half double crochet here in this single crochet. And now next I have 2 double crochets, and I'm going to do half double crochet in each of those. And to another single crochet. So I'm going to work another half double crochet in there. And here's another chain 2 space, 2 half double crochet in the chain 2 space. And way over here I have this single crochet that was from part 1 of our blanket. So way down here it's a lot, you can see it's a lot lower down than our other stitches. So I'm going to work a double crochet in this single crochet here. That since that stitch is taller, it will even out this top edge a little bit more for us. And here is a shell then also from our first section before we did part 2. This is from part 1 as well. In this next double crochet I'm going to work a half double crochet, and then I'm going to work single crochets in the next 4 double crochets. And then we're to this single crochet where it was kind of our corner space from part 1. Single crochet in the single crochet, single crochet in the popcorn, single crochet in the single crochet. And now we're going to do basically the same thing we did on this side but in reverse. So I'm going to do single crochets in the next 4 of these double crochets. And then I'm going to work another half double. And then now I'm to this really low single crochet again, where I'm going to put a double crochet. And then now we're going to half double crochet across the rest of the way. So in the next single crochet, we're going to do a half double crochet. And then in the next 2 double crochets, half double crochet, half double crochet. And then here is a single crochet, half double crochet, I'm sorry, that's another double crochet. Half double crochet here, and here is a chain 2 space, 2 half double crochets in the chain 2 space. Here's a single crochet where I will work a half double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, half double crochet in each. Oops. And then a half double crochet here in the next double, and then here to the end, here's a single crochet, work a half double crochet here, getting to the last of this side. So I'm going to work a half double crochet in the next 2, and now I'm to that 3rd double crochet in this last shell. So we're kind of at a corner space now. So I'm going to do 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet here in this corner space. And what we did for this sequence across this side, we're going to do that on the remaining 3 sides, this exact same stitch pattern for the remaining 3 sides. Here I have repeated that sequence on each side around, and I'm back to the first stitch. I'm going to work 2 double crochet in the very first stitch where I join the yarn. I need to turn this into a corner space, so I'm going to do 2 more half double crochet in the same space, and then chain 2 and join to the top of that first half double crochet for my last corner space there. Now for round 2, I'm going to chain 2, and this is just going to be a round of half double crochet. So I'm going to half double crochet in each stitch to my corner space. So the chain 2 does not count. I'm going to half double crochet in that same stitch. And I'll half double crochet all the way across to the first chain 2 space. Here I have half double crocheted in each stitch all the way to the first chain 2 space. In this chain 2 space, I'm going to half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and 1 half double crochet, and we will repeat that all the way around, working these half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in each corner space, and then half double crochet in each stitch across each side. And I have continued that all the way around, and I ended with a corner space with the half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and then I joined the very first stitch of the round with a slip stitch. I did not fasten off. Don't fasten off yet, because we're going to continue working in the round here, going this direction for a few more rounds. That is it for part 2 for the mandala blanket. You could see mine's still a little bit wavy, but that will work itself out as we continue on. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week for part 3.